Hi, Simone.
Hi, Alex.
Thank you for joining me here today. So, this morning, Axfood released its interim report for the second quarter of 2026. How would you summarize the report?
We continue to have a high activity level also in this quarter, where we strengthen our presence, our competitiveness, and also our efficiency. So we delivered growth and increased earnings and also stable margin, and that in a market with food price deflation and also where we meet the highest comparison figures in the market. So we have strong positions and we continue to pursue our strategic agenda, while we also take some targeted tactical initiatives now to also strengthen our growth in the short term.
So if we start off with the sales growth in the quarter, what was that like and how did the market develop during the quarter?
So our retail sales amounted to 2.1%, and that in a market that grew 3.7%. So as I just said, we had the strongest comparison figures in the market, and also the market is characterized by food price deflation. We have a negative calendar effect, and by that, however, our growth did not really reflect our ambition, since our goal is to grow stronger than the market. However, if we go deeper into our different segments, there are some differences. So if we look into Hemköp had a really strong performance this quarter.
So on April 1, the VAT on food was reduced from 12% to 6%. Did you see any impacts on that, on the market dynamics in the quarter? What did you see there?
It's still a little bit early to do some large conclusions. However, we see in the market a stronger volume growth. And we also see some mixed effects where we see that the focus on sustainable food and fruit to vegetable is increasing again a little bit faster, which is we're really happy to see that. However, there's still a lot of uncertainties around the consumers, and we see that there's still a really strong focus on price value from the consumers.
So if we go back to the performance of the various businesses, you said that it varied a little bit. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, to start with Hemköp. Hemköp had a really strong performance also this quarter. They have had it for some quarters now. So they grew 7.4%, which is double the pace of the market. And that is the result of a long-term job that they have made by developing the customer meeting, the customer offerings, and also now growing market share once again. That is really great to see, with the focus they have on inspiration and also sustainability. If we go to Willys has a really strong position. Willys is the most recommended food retailer in Sweden. We reached a milestone with more than 4 million customers in the loyalty program Willys Plus. And we continue to refurbish stores into the new store concept 5.0 and also establishing more stores to make Willys more present in more markets. In the short term, we're also taking some tactical measures in Willys to increase growth in the short term. City Gross, that we acquired 1.5 years ago, makes us now present in the attractive hypermarket segment. So for City Gross, we're on a journey and we're working according to our turnaround plan to become a successful player also in the hypermarket segment. Sales this quarter for City Gross was a little bit weaker. However, we continue to improve the earnings also for City Gross. So we reiterate the goal to be profitable at some point the second half of this year, also for City Gross.
All right, so that was sales growth during the quarter. How did the earnings develop?
So we increased our earnings and we continue to have a stable margin. And that is due to the increase of volumes, but primarily also to our efficiencies and increased productivity both in our logistics platform, the new logistics platform, but also new ways of working, both with new technology, but also using data and AI to become more efficient. And that we did to also mitigate the increased cost that we had seen due to increased fuel prices this quarter.
All right, so if we then turn a little bit to sustainability, just recently, climate targets were approved or validated by the Science Based Targets Initiative. Can you talk us through this?
Yeah, that was really a milestone. So the focus on reducing impact from both climate and biodiversity is more important than ever. And as you said, this quarter, our climate targets were validated by the Science-Based Target Initiatives, which is a milestone for us and a good help in our ambitious agenda to continue to work within climate. We also made some really interesting product launches this quarter to make it easier for customers to eat more healthy and also more sustainable, both in hybrid products, but also products that we had launched together within research. I also would like to highlight a job that we're doing and the focus we have regarding diversity and inclusion. And here we have made it possible for young people in vulnerable areas to get into the labor market. And we are also accelerating that job that we're doing within this paid job work school program that we're doing.
Thank you for that, Simone. So I think that concludes all my questions here today. Is there anything more you'd like to add before we end?
No, I'd just like to summarize the quarter with a high activity level. We strengthen our presence, also our competitiveness, and also our efficiency. And by that, we have strong positions, we have a really strong culture, and by that, I think we will continue to deliver value also in the long term.
Thank you, Simone.
Thank you.